Who are they fighting?
Can't get away from me.
So I just jumped into Deimos. And these mad lads are firing at the Deimos Star Yard. Well, yeah, they're trying to attack Deimos Star Yard for some reason. Nothing happened, by the way. I just jumped in and then they start shooting. This is hilarious. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch this a little bit. So if I defend Deimos against these UC bastards, am I technically helping them or not? So I came across an interesting encounter while I was testing out my new ship's turret system. So I just reloaded to see if we can get that encounter again.
What? Constellation vessel. Sam? Sam, is that you?
Yeah.
Could use a little help if you're not too busy.
That's the same one. So yeah, Lily Heart's fighting these Ecliptics, so I don't know what happens if we can board talk to her or anything like that. Or just hail her, but we'll see what happens afterwards.
Check out their grav drive. Oh, Jesus, target's grav drive is down. Shields are down, we got him, Captain.
Yeah, so you might have seen it a little bit earlier, but this is my new ship. I will reveal it later in this video, but let's take care of these guys first. Just testing out the laser turrets because this is my first time with like turrets on any ship.
Run, pal. Grav drive out. That was a pretty shot at their grav drive. Grav drive. They have their grav drive. Fly by engines. Oh, poor little ship's missing its shield.
And the board is clear. If you have time, I'll have to talk before I have to head off.
Would it be possible for her to die? Where is she? Lillian Hart. There we go. Let's talk to her.
I had it covered, but happy to be in your debt
She
again.
just ram into her.
So what, if we count this incident as the second time I've saved you?
It's not a competition, Sam.
Sure it isn't. So there's that time at the asteroid belt, the one on Neon. So, I still owe you 3, Lillian.
4. You always forget that cargo freighter with the explosives.
4. Definitely 4 then.
But, Captain, in all seriousness, your help is appreciated.
Sounds like you and Sam were always in trouble.
We have that reputation. Is Cora on board? So good to hear your voice.
Can we come over and visit?
Sadly not now, honey. I'm still on the clock.
Crime never sleeps.
At this point, I'd settle for a cat nap.
How are you doing?
I've been doing good. I managed to even have a social life. Well, a little bit of one.
Uh-oh.
This has to be one of the signs of the apocalypse.
Remind me again why I was happy to see you, Sam.
Everyone needs a break sometimes, even you.
I am planning a proper vacation one day. I hear Paradiso was nice.
Is this the famous vacation you've been planning since before I met you?
Always with the wisecracks. And Captain, nice moves. It's good to know my daughter's in good hands.
What about me?
What about you, Sam? I'm kidding. You always said I need to have a better sense of humor.
Forget I ever mentioned that.
Take care.
Yeah, just thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah, that's it for this part of the video. Yeah, so this is my new ship from the back. We'll go into more detail in just a moment, so I'll be right back. Okay, so this is my newly built ship. This is a ship that is based on one of the ships from my favorite sci-fi series. And I guess I won't reveal the name of it right now. We'll just quickly go over what I did first, and then we'll color it, and then I'll tell you what ship it's based on, and I'll put that ship on the screen. Basically, in terms of shape, I definitely needed these two things on the sides here. Most of the parts here are just structural parts, doesn't really serve any functions. I just needed the shape of it. Reactor-wise, I went with the sheared flow reactor, which gives us 34 energy here, and it's pretty good in terms of the mass. And then there was the grav drive here. I don't remember why I picked this one. I think it's just, again, the ratio between the jump thrust and the mass of it. Landing bay, I chose a backwards facing landing bay because that is what the ship in the series would have had. The landing, well, it would be like a cargo bay for him, but, well, I don't think we've ever seen it on screen. The docking bay would probably be at the same place, but I kind of just kept the same Frontier one. Engines, I went with Slayton Aerospace. It doesn't really fit in with the ship from the actual series, but I need engines. So there's these two massive things on each side. And then in the actual ship, that ship sort of has like a tail that kind of tapers off the end. So I went with like a Class B SAE 5550 engine here, so that it has sort of like a tapering shape to the overall structure of the ship. Well, for the bridge, I went with the Ares bridge because that ship is pretty wide in terms of the cockpit area. And on top of the cockpit area, there is, in the series, a main cannon. This isn't really a cannon because cannons in this game aren't too... the missiles in this game are stronger than cannons, so I elected to take some liberty here and put some missile launchers here. So that's the Atlat 280C missile. I didn't put too much thought in what weapons I put on. I just put on this one, which I believe is like the strongest missile. I put in some EM weapons just in case I wanted to dock onto some ships, and then I put some laser turrets on, as you saw from the previous clip. I chose laser turrets because I didn't want the turrets to be too strong and accidentally destroy the ships that I want to dock. And then in terms of the bays, I put in the Deimos living quarters here. I made it empty just so we can like customize it a little bit, but I want to... This is a 2x2 one? Yeah. I want to make it bigger just because I didn't want everything to be just like narrow hallways. And then I put a captain's quarters here. Right above the landing bay, I put a Hope Tech armory here. And in front of the in front of the living quarters, I have a Toptech Infirmary, mainly just to kind of extend the length of the ship. But yeah, this is the ship. Oh, this is kind of asymmetric. I can't really put anything here at the moment, but I went with the M50 Ulysses Helium 3 tank. This tank has really good mass to grav jump fuel ratio. For each mass, it's 10 for the grav jump fuel. There was one that it was a little bit better, but it was a lot heavier and it looks bulkier. So I elected to choose this one. But the reason I can't put anything right here is because I'm kind of maxed out on like mass right now. If I put anything heavier, I drop in terms of the mobility. So I think I'll keep it here for now, see how it goes. But this is pretty much it for the ship. And I will color it, and then we will reveal what it is, and then we will name it. Oh, actually, no. There is a 280T Defender Shield Generator here with max health of 1500. There was one with, I think, a higher max shield health, but it was a lot heavier, so I chose the one that was a little bit lighter. And then these, again, are just structural parts. Nova Galactic, Strout Cowling here. I'm just showing this just in case if I ever want to rebuild this in the future in like New Game Plus, then I kind of have a record of what I put there, so I don't have to spend as much time doing it again. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this ship here. Okay, so I've recolored the ship. This is sort of what it looks like. It's basically a mixture of black and red. It's kind of striped, so in front it's black, and then it's red, and then black, and then red again. I couldn't get the color separation too well for a lot of the parts, so it's just a rough estimate, but this is sort of how the ship looks like. One thing I forgot to mention is the landing gear here. I went with the NG-20 landing gear by Galactic Nova. This one you actually find at a new homestead. And the reason we got that was because these ones, each of these give you 4 lander thrusts, which determines how much weight your ship can support. Whereas all the other ones I found gave you like 1 or 2. So these are really good value in terms of like low profile landing gear. And the ship that I'm basing this off of probably doesn't have a landing gear. It's meant to stay in space for the most part, unless it's like an emergency and has to go on a planet. It should mostly stay in space. So, and then the weapons, I kind of just left it the default color because some of them has some white accents to it, and I kind of want it to pop a little bit. But that's pretty much it. What I will actually do though is I'm going to move this shield generator back here. So it sort of makes these two things a little bit symmetric. Not really, but better than leaving it out here. Yeah, so this is Talon from my favorite sci-fi series, Farscape. Talon is a hybrid ship. He is a cross between a Peacekeeper gunship and Moya, the Leviathan. Leviathans, you can think of them as space whales. They are basically a living ship. And the Peacekeepers crossbred them, and then came Talon. This wasn't the main ship of the series. This was like the ship got destroyed. But the reason I made this ship instead of Moya, which was the main ship of the series, is because Moya didn't have any weapons. Leviathans didn't have any weapons. Leviathans basically have Starburst, which is FTL travel. So that makes sense with the grav drive here. But they didn't have any weapons to defend themselves. So with Talon being a cross between the Leviathan and the Peacekeeper gunship, he actually had a really powerful main cannon here. I'm not sure if he had any other weaponry, but it didn't really show it in the show. So for the weapons, I kind of took a artistic liberty here. Like I said, Talon is a living gunship, so he has a mind of his own. Sometimes if he didn't like someone, he would fire on them, even if the captain didn't tell him to. So he has a temperament, so which is why I put turrets on him, because it's sort of like him firing instead of me. Talon is piloted by Bylar Christ, who started out as a villain but eventually turned good. He started out as a captain for the Peacekeepers, but he disobeyed orders and got demoted and ran away from them. So he became sort of like a fugitive to the Peacekeepers. So this, you can think of this as being piloted by a quote-unquote criminal, which fits because with the black and red, it actually fits as a Crimson Fleet ship. Yeah, so this is the new ship that I built, Talon. So let's rename the ship. The name change didn't stick, so let's rename that again. Talon, yeah. So in the previous video where we had Barrett's memorial service, I mentioned that we were going to give him a space Viking funeral where we put his body into the frontier and then we sent the frontier into the sun. So yeah, the frontier doesn't exist anymore. This is now Talon. Alright, let's do a quick walkthrough of Talon. So immediately boarding, there's the armory here for quick and easy access. And then up here is the... was it the living quarters? Yeah. I went with the empty one just so we can kind of customize it a little bit. And then this is the captain's quarter because I don't want to live with the peasants here. Inside this front here is the infirmary. Again, this is just to make the ship a little bit longer. Oh. That's gonna be a problem. And then this is the control center, I think is what it's called. And then this is the Ares bridge. In fact, let's customize it a little bit here. Let's see. I want to put the bounty clearing one maybe here for easy access.
Now that was great.
Yeah, let's put it. Come on. Come on. Let's put it here. Damn it. Yes. Okay. Let's see. In my captain's quarters, we'll put Sarah's commitment gift on top of the bed. And then what's a cool poster? This is pretty cool. And then we need Space Frog. Space Frog right here. That's fine. And then workbenches. Need a weapons workbench. I'll just put it in the middle of the room, I guess. And then... Base suit workbench. Super finicky. Good enough. And then this door leads to the bathroom, so we'll put some mannequins out front. Super creepy. We'll go with... this one feels like he needs to go. Put a female one as well. Super creepy. I guess these can be like individual rooms. In which case, Barrett can just watch whoever sleeps in here. Oh, we actually have a bunch of stuff in here. This room can be... do like a cooking station right here, I suppose. Or industrial workbench, maybe? Maybe both. Okay. I think that's good enough for now. Might move these around later, but... okay. That's pretty much it for the ship.
You keep installing new cool things in your ship. It's like Christmas every day.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, you've got it.
Sam wanted to talk to us, actually. So let's talk to Sam. See what he has to say.
Freestar Rangers. You did their dirty work and then some. So how'd you feel wearing the badge?
All the kids that grew up with fantasize about this moment. It doesn't seem real.
The reality of the job is dirtier than cops and robbers on the playground. Me, I never cared much for being a ranger. Too many of them try to force the world to be only black and white when it's anything but. Take Ron Hope. I mean, the guy's a legend. Before him, Polvo was a desperate, depressing place. Everything he did was to keep his people employed, to keep Hope Tech standing in a backstabbing world of megacorp politics.
Sounds like you really admired him.
He's one of the great Freestar Collective success stories. So, yeah, I might be a fan. Tough call on what to do with Ron Hope. Taking his hush money wouldn't have sat right with me. But I wonder what's going to happen to Hopetown without him.
Hopefully the company pulls through this.
Fingers crossed. As much fun as it is being a ranger, I hope you can start focusing on Constellation business. There's plenty of mysteries left in the good old Milky Way to discover.
Okay, yeah. So that kind of fits in with meeting Lillian Hart again and him talking about the Rangers from like with the last two videos. So it kind of wraps things up, I guess. This ladder placement though, holy crap. Okay, I'll pause it here. I'll have to think of what we're going to do for the rest of the video, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I actually forgot to start the recording, but I've basically been traveling around like unexplored star systems. I went to Bardeen, level 70 area, didn't really find anything too interesting there. Granted, I didn't really look that hard. I went to Newton as well, didn't really find anything too interesting there as well. But I guess we'll go to Heisenberg? Sure. Because, like usual Farscape fashion, to run away from peacekeepers, we're traveling in uncharted territories. Which in Starfield, I guess, kind of means unexplored star systems. What's happening here? I think... oh, right. Crimson Fleet.
Turn right down. We can't jump. Craft lies out.
Uh,
Craft
I don't have to get involved.
You're in over your head.
Let's go to the surface map. There's a mining outpost. Is it a generic one? Ah, there's a deserted relay station. Industrial outposts. Let's go here.
Gear looks green, ready to land.
Okay, so we're with Vasco here. We're gonna just go exploring. See if there's anything here. Is this it? Can I climb this? I'll try anyways. Okay. Nope. Okay. Yeah, so I really liked Farscape. It's pretty... I think it's... God damn it. I really like Farscape. It was the first sci-fi show that I really got into, and it probably got me into liking sci-fi. It had really good characters. The main character was very relatable. It had a good mix of romance, comedy, action, adventure, suspense, and sometimes a little bit... Sometimes parts that were a little bit scary, a little bit on the horror side. Ooh, made it. Oh, nice. That's kind of disappointing. Let's go over there. Make a save first. And so they are really good characters, and even the villains were really good. Like, all the characters were very multi-dimensional, and it was, like, the first season wasn't that great, honestly. Oh, wow, Vasco. The first season wasn't that great. They were still trying to find what they were wanting to do, so it was sort of like Monster of the Week kind of thing for the first season, but by the time it got to the first season finale and, like, the second season, it was really great. Doesn't seem to be anything here, so I'll go explore that place, which is a cave? Or no, there was another place. Abandoned farm, yeah, let's go there. Where was I? Yeah, one of the main thing I think that stood out to me for Farscape was that it was a show that was willing to, like, push boundaries and try new things, and they made it possible with the help of the Jim Henson Company. So they did a lot of the props and the puppets and everything like that. So people said it was sort of like Muppets in space. But because of that, the effects were done really well. Like, Like the effects, the creatures, they were all done really well. And the thing that stood out to me was the vast amount of like different types of alien creatures that were in that universe. I'll put one up on the screen just as an example. Like this alien here, it looked really weird and out of this world. And let's not mess with that. And just by looking at it, you can tell that this guy can rip your head off in like 10 seconds. With like its massive teeth that are lined up everywhere. You'd think he's like alien that's out to kill you for food or whatever, but this guy's just a simple merchant. He owns a shop on this trading planet, and he wants the main characters to buy things or sell things to him. Oh crap. Didn't think they would attack. So it really subverted expectations, you could say. And this was a prop that was very big. They made it the wrong size from what I hear. And it took like 3 people to maneuver it on screen. So it must have taken them like days or even weeks to even make this costume, but they used it only for this one scene, just as a merchant. So it was pretty interesting. And there's a lot of different aliens that are similar to this, where it's like extremely out of this world. Ooh, shit. I'm going up. You know what? I don't feel the need to explore this place anymore. And I think because of that, it made the world, or like the universe, very intriguing and alive with all these different species. Creepy little things here. Pick up these dead scientists. Wonder what happened here.
It is unwise to remain hostile towards us. Successful fight.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, so Farscape got prematurely canceled after the 4th season. I guess because the rating wasn't good enough for the network. But the fans really liked the show, and through a mixture of like fan support and fan funding, I suppose, they were able to do like a 2-part web series movie to wrap up the plotline. Claudia Black and Ben Browder, the 2 main actors for the Farscape series, they went on to go on Stargate SG-1, which I watched a little bit of. I watched like maybe 4 or 5 seasons of it. I didn't even get to the point when they appeared, honestly. But one of my gripes with Stargate was how, like, yeah, whatever, was how 90% of the aliens, oh my god, it's level 90. I'm dead. Yeah, so I made back all the way to this godforsaken farm. We'll continue exploring, see if there's anything that's like interesting. If not, then we will just end the video after this. Huh. Let's go into this one, play it. Holy crap. These things just don't die.
It is useless to attempt defeating us.
But what was I saying? Yeah, for Stargate, oh shoot. Stargate, it was a great show, but one of the things I didn't like about it was that 80-90% of the aliens just looked like humans. And they actually had a in-universe explanation for that, and that is because the ancients, which are like the ancestor of humans, were the ones that seeded the galaxy. They were like the original race, or something of that sort. And because of that, a lot of the aliens that we see are actually ancestors of those same, or actually descendants of those same ancestors. And so all the aliens and humans are kind of like very distantly related. So that's why 80 or 90% of the aliens look like they are humans. But after watching Farscape, that kind of just felt like a cop-out for me. Like, the Farscape aliens were so well done. It seemed like they had really good like props and effects and stuff, so that after watching Farscape and then watching Stargate, it just felt like they didn't want to spend the money or the budget or the time to build these props. Which, to be fair, like, sci-fi shows get canceled like a lot. Like, they get canceled left and right. So if they use too much of a budget to make these props and special effects, then the studios probably won't like them too much, and then will probably cancel them too. So it makes sense. It made sense that they didn't want to go that route, but I don't know, it's just sort of disappointing after seeing Farscape, where there's like so many cool aliens to see. It's sort of like, it felt like the universe was really alive, diverse, and a bit magical, you know? But yeah, we'll continue exploring this place. See if there's any lore to this place. Ugh, look at his face. Oh, and don't get me wrong, I love Stargate too. I didn't stop it because I didn't like it. I stopped it because I was busy and then forgot about it. But it's just that the alien compartment is a little bit lacking compared to Farscape. I basically just wanted an excuse to talk about Farscape while I still have time on the video. You just phased past that.
Captain, do you travel safe?
Go away. Let's do a quick save again. I wonder if level 90 is still in there. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't get into... Yes, it is. And man, Scorpius, like the villain in Farscape, was so well done as well. it kind of got shafted because they didn't get into like the scare and stuff until. Nope. Oh, I'm trapped. Go away, go away, go away. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't go into the scare and stuff until like the Peacekeeper Wars, because it felt like they didn't have too much time to go into the Scaran as like antagonists. And let's be clear, the Peacekeepers were the main antagonists for pretty much the entire series. Basically like space Nazis. They were highly militaristic, authoritarian, really ruthless and cruel, but their greatest enemy is the Scaran, which they are somewhat afraid of because they are even worse than them. So... Shit. We're killing that guy. Do that.
Damaged.
We're staying out here. Fine. Yeah, but yeah, throughout the entire series, the Peacekeepers and Scorpius were like the main enemies, but like and shit. And we were only beginning to explore like the Scarans as the true enemy. But because they had to fit everything in like shit, this room again. Shoot. So scared right now. Stuck.
With us, you will not survive.
We won't survive.
I am uncertain why you believed conflict with us was inevitable.
Uh-oh. No, not again. Oh, that was close. But yeah, because they had to fit everything in that two-part movie, they had to explain a lot of things in like a matter of minutes, when I feel like just based on that movie, they probably had enough content for like a couple more seasons at the very least. And I feel like if it didn't get cancelled, it would have been a lot better as like a series as a whole. But at the very least, they finished the plot line and gave us rather satisfying conclusion to the series, so can't complain there.
It is unwise to remain hostile towards us.
Okay, now that that thing's dealt with, see if there's anything to pick up here. Nope. Music? We were in here already, but we... Fine, we'll pick this up as well. Sword of Damocles. But yeah, we'll we will search this area to see if there's anything interesting. If not, then I will end the video here. Like I said earlier, this is pretty much just mainly about this ship, and I kind of just want to talk about Farscape a little bit. Still the best sci-fi ever. Oh yeah, this stuff. But yeah, doesn't seem to be any thing worth looking at in here though. Like nothing on bodies and everything. So yeah, we will end the video here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.